There's a reason Jay-Z is willing to spend a fortune on lawyers but refuses to take a simple DNA test that would take less than 5 minutes. And now 50 Cent has stepped into the fight, making moves so bold that even major media outlets seem too afraid to cover them. The question is, what truth is Jay-Z so desperate to hide? For over a decade, Rymir Carter has claimed to be Jay-Z's biological son, fighting through court after court for one thing only: a DNA test. His mother, Wanda, told him when he was just 8 years old that the rap mogul was his father. But every attempt to prove it has been blocked, delayed, or mysteriously dismissed. Now the case has erupted again. Rap heavyweight 50 Cent has reached out directly to Rymir, offering to back him with his own legal team. On Instagram, 50 openly mocked Jay-Z, hinting that the two men share the same bloodline. The stakes have never been higher. This isn't just another celebrity paternity dispute. It's a battle involving power, influence, and allegations that could shatter one of the biggest names in music. When 50 Cent decides to aim his spotlight at someone, it's rarely for fun. And this time, his target is none other than Jay-Z. The first strike came on Instagram, a side-by-side photo comparing Jay-Z and Rymir, with a caption dripping in sarcasm, hinting at a bloodline connection. For fans, it was entertaining. For Jay-Z, it was a direct hit on an open wound he's been trying to keep closed for decades. But 50 didn't stop there. Behind the scenes, he reached out to Rymir personally, offering his own powerhouse legal team to take on Jay-Z in court. For Rymir, who has spent years navigating legal roadblocks with limited resources, this was a potential game-changer. Suddenly, it wasn't just a young man fighting for the truth. It was a war with a seasoned, fearless ally who has his own history of publicly dismantling rivals. The reaction online was immediate and intense. Social media exploded with debates, memes, and hashtags like Jay-Z take the test. Even people who had never followed the case before were now drawn into the drama, wondering why the world's most successful rapper wouldn't take a DNA test to silence the rumors once and for all. Jay-Z's legal team responded quickly, launching a PR offensive to paint Rymir as obsessed and harassing their client for years. But the harder they pushed this narrative, the more it seemed to fuel public suspicion. Why fight so aggressively against something so simple? This wasn't just a feud anymore, it was becoming a public trial by opinion, with 50 Cent stoking the flames and millions watching. Every move Jay-Z made from this point on would be scrutinized. And as the pressure built, one question echoed louder than ever. If there's nothing to hide, why not prove it? As the public pressure intensified, more details from Rymir's side began to surface, details that painted a far more uncomfortable picture for Jay-Z. According to Rymir and his legal guardian, Dr. Lily Coley, the root of Jay-Z's reluctance might trace back to the age of Rymir's mother, Wanda, at the time of conception. Wanda was just 15, going on 16, when she allegedly met 22-year-old Sean Carter in Brooklyn during the early 90s. The pair reportedly had a brief encounter at an apartment belonging to Jay-Z's aunt. They used protection, Wanda claimed, but it failed. She never saw him again until his face started appearing everywhere as one of hip-hop's rising stars. That gap in age, if proven alongside paternity, wouldn't just spark headlines, it could cast a long, damaging shadow over Jay-Z's legacy. But the whispers didn't end there. Online, an even darker rumor began spreading, that Jay-Z's DNA might not only confirm a paternity link, but could also be cross-referenced to unsolved criminal cases. Allegations, completely unproven but widely circulated, suggested that giving a DNA sample could expose connections Jay-Z would rather keep buried forever. No one in the mainstream media has dared to openly push this theory. Yet in online forums it's becoming the most talked about possibility. The logic, in the eyes of skeptics, is simple. If a quick swab could put an end to years of accusations, why avoid it so relentlessly? Unless the risk of what else that DNA could reveal outweighs the benefit of clearing his name. For Rymir, though, the matter remains straightforward. "I just want the truth," he's said repeatedly. But for Jay-Z, the truth, whatever it is, may be the one thing he cannot afford to let see daylight. If the age factor and swirling rumors weren't enough, Rymir's fight has been shadowed by disturbing claims of intimidation and legal sabotage. Dr. Lily Coley, who stepped in as Rymir's guardian after Wanda's health declined, says the harassment began the moment they started pushing the paternity case forward. According to Coley, strangers began showing up at her home in the middle of the night, knocking on the door at 4 a.m., driving onto her lawn, and even lingering outside for hours. The most chilling incident happened when Rymir's car was riddled with bullet holes while parked near his residence. Out of all the vehicles in the lot, his was the only one targeted. "We believe it's connected," Coley said, her voice steady but resolute. The accusations go beyond intimidation. In court filings, Rymir alleges that the New Jersey judicial system itself has been complicit, with multiple judges bending the rules to dismiss his cases. He claims Jay-Z lied under oath about not owning property in the state, a move designed to make the court believe it had no jurisdiction. Yet property deeds and tax records tell a different story, one that could implicate more than just the rapper. Even more alarming, Rymir says some of his own attorneys were quietly cooperating with Jay-Z's legal team behind the scenes, undermining his case from within. "This isn't just about one man," Coley stressed. "It's about the system allowing power and money to silence people who are telling the truth." For critics, these allegations raise a bigger question. Is this still a paternity dispute or a battle against an entire machine built to protect the untouchable? The story now stands at a crossroads. On one side is a young man who says he wants nothing more than the truth, not fame, not fortune, just answers about where he came from. On the other is one of the most powerful figures in the music industry, armed with money, influence, and a legal wall that has kept this case from reaching a definitive conclusion for more than a decade. With 50 Cent now in the mix, the pressure has never been greater. His presence alone ensures that this fight won't quietly disappear into court archives. Every jab on social media, every public appearance where Jay-Z avoids the topic, only feeds the fire. The court of public opinion is restless, and in this arena, perception can be as damaging as any legal ruling. If Jay-Z truly has nothing to hide, a DNA test could end the speculation instantly. Yet here we are. Years later, millions of dollars spent, reputations dragged through the mud, and still no swab. For many, that silence speaks louder than any denial. So the question becomes, what happens next? Will the growing heat force Jay-Z to finally face the test, or will this case remain an open wound, festering in public view while both sides refuse to back down? What do you think Jay-Z is hiding? Is 50 Cent genuinely helping Rymir, or is this just another calculated move in a long-running rap rivalry? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video so more people can join the conversation, and make sure to subscribe, because in this fight, the next twist could come at any moment.